the Switch Clicks Podcast, episode 14, recorded on October 18th, 2020. My name is Dakota, and today I'm joined by Nathan.
Hello.
And today we're going to be mourning the latest death in the Nintendo family. Rest in peace. Today we'll be remembering all the games we loved during the short 9 years on the market. The 3DS. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. F, pay respects.
Everybody press F. I want to see the comments. All F. Like, not a single other word.
F.
So we were doing a quick episode today, but we chose 5 games from the 3DS family that we loved on the console. And we're going to start off with Nathan with his number 5 pick.
Number 5 is probably going to be New Super Mario Bros. 2. And for one thing, I still don't know why they called it number 2 if it's the third game. My reason for the game being in 5th place is because it feels pretty average for a Mario game, but at the same time, it still had that new feel that 3D Land offered previously.
I've never played Super Mario 3D World 2. No, wait, New Super Mario Bros. 2. I've never played that. I played the original a bunch, but I never played the second one. It kind of just looked generic. And the coin mechanic didn't really pull me in too much.
It's basically the same thing, just much easier. Because you get the stupid power-ups if you die too many times.
I've heard the coins are kind of overkill. They do it a lot, like way too much.
There's really no intention to get coins in the end. It's just you play through the game and you're done. Or you die too many times, you get this awesome Tanuki suit to ruin levels because it was so incredibly powered.
And my number 5 would be Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS, which is pretty surprising. But that was my first ever Smash Brothers game that I've played.
Really? You didn't play any of the previous ones?
I played Brawl, and that's probably it. But I never owned Brawl.
Oh, I see.
Once they released this, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go over to the Future Shop, which existed back then. And I went in line, and I'm pretty sure this was one of the first games I went in line for, and I just bought it first day. I think it was in February or so.
Meanwhile, I just went ahead and got the Wii U version because I'm like, why would I ever want to play this on the 3DS?
Well, the thing about the 3DS, it came out 5 months earlier, I think.
Yeah, I did happen to play the special demo for it too. I decided to skip out on 3DS. Little did I know it included an exclusive mode.
Which is a lot better.
I kind of missed out on something. That's a lot better than Smash Tour, for sure, but I didn't have a point as a whole, because the Wii U version had 8-player Smash and all these other features.
At that point,
I'm surprised.
I didn't even own a Wii U at that point, so...
Yeah. I'm a bit surprised, though, to hear, you have a Wii, but you don't have Brawl.
Well, Brawl, yeah, I played, Wii Sports. I played, Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, 100 times over. I love that game.
That game's amazing.
And I didn't really like the controls of Brawl anyway, and, the aesthetic
the crappy D-pad or the Wii remote nunchuck, all that crap.
The only experience I have with Brawl is playing it at birthday parties and at other people's houses. But luckily, my barber, she had a bunch of Wii stuff, and it included Brawl, so she just gave it to us. So now I own Brawl. I've never used it, but I own it.
There's really no point in playing it if you have Ultimate now. But...
Well, yeah, nowadays it's completely useless.
Yeah.
So what's your number 4 pick?
My number 4 pick would have to be Mario Kart 7.
That's my number 4 pick too.
The thing is,
that's funny.
Okay. The thing I I liked it, but I guess flying wasn't really as good as I thought it was going to be. And it just, in the end, it just felt like a generic Mario Kart game. A little on the easy side as well, maybe. And it was actually one of the 3DS games that happened to be stolen from me. I unfortunately never got it back. But I don't really miss the game because now we have Mario Kart 8. And that one's just way better.
Yeah, there's barely any flaws with Mario Kart 8, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
But with 7, yeah, the gliding mechanic, it did add a lot to it, but also it was just kind of almost a
Nah.
retexture of not really doing much in the air.
Yeah, that and the underwater stuff. Was there underwater?
Oh
Or
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, the underwater was introduced in that.
I wasn't really surprised by those. Like compare that to Mario Kart 8's anti-gravity thing, which blew my mind.
Yeah. And it really works with the Wii U and with
Yeah,
the
definitely.
HD.
Hmm.
I think for
Beautiful.
Mario Kart 7, they did add a lot of cool ideas with the kart customization and the new
Mm-hmm.
characters.
Oh my
And
gosh.
luckily it did stay because the kart customization
Oh
gets
yeah,
you get a really long-term gameplay out of it.
yeah, it definitely changed up the formula into something much better. Something more closer to modern racing games, basically.
I still think
I
that
will have to.
Mario Kart on the Wii is probably the best Mario Kart other than 8.
I honestly have to agree with you with like because Mario Kart Wii actually appealed to casuals, where Mario Kart 8, it's like you kind of does and kind of doesn't in a way. You get like all this handicap stuff, but it's just handicap. It's not like mechanics. You don't get automatic steering. You
That's
get
true.
whatever the heck was introduced in Deluxe.
So I guess we'll go on to my number 3 because we get the same number 4.
Yeah.
My number 3 is Shovel Knight. Although it's available on most
Oh.
consoles, Shovel Knight, the Wii U, sorry, the 3DS is where I played Shovel Knight first. So
Oh, really? I thought you played it on the Switch first. I didn't realize that.
I played Shovel of Hope and what's the poison guy? I forget his name. Plague Doctor or whatever. I played the Plague Doctor
Okay.
DLC on the
Yeah.
3DS, and then
Oh.
I bought it again on the Switch to play the rest. And just so everybody knows, Shovel Knight is my number one favorite indie game of all time.
Yeah.
It's so good. It always goes on sale for like $10. Buy it whenever you
I'm
can.
gonna have to agree on that too. This game is probably the most fun out of all indie games. Probably, I don't want to be ballsy and like I don't want to say this, but it does have the potential to go up against Celeste or other
Oh
indie
yeah.
games that are massively successful. It's honestly really good.
I
All
think the thing with Shovel Knight is I've beaten it I think a total of 4 times, the original, and the Plague Doctor DLC I got it 3 times I think, and the rest I've
oh
only
my
done
gosh!
I think twice, and King of Cards I've only done once. But with Celeste, I think I can only really play that once, and it's just
Yeah, it's more of
ingrained into my mind. And maybe in a couple years I'll go play it again. But
it's
Shovel
more of
Knight,
a
I just
single
keep
player
coming back
thing.
to.
Shovel Knight's really replayable. I feel
I
because
feel
Celeste
I
is
feel like
more
I'm
rogue.
not. I'm starting at 0 every single time. Like I'm replaying a different game.
Yeah, I guess it's probably because of the progression in the game.
Oh yeah.
You buy all this stuff. You buy armor. You buy all these items. It's not like Celeste where you just have to survive.
Get good.
Get good. I don't remind me. That game is just so incredibly difficult.
I haven't gone back for the
They-
DLC, unfortunately, but apparently it's really hard.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'll have to beat
I've
the
heard
game again
things.
first, and then the DLC.
Yeah, I've just stopped touching the game. It's just incredibly difficult. I'll have to get back to it soon.
So what's your number
Yeah.
3?
Well, I'm kind of torn on this, but it's probably going to be Paper Mario Sticker Star. I've heard
Oh,
a lot of
hot
things
take.
about that game. it's a it's certainly probably the worst Paper Mario game I've played. For a 3DS game, it does stack up against other games on the 3DS library. It feels, well, it is an adventure game, of course, but the main problem is that it's not really an open world thing. It's a level concept, which kind of ruined the entire game. I felt like the thing that kept me playing the game was the whole collector quest. Like, you just have to get every sticker and put it in the museum, get every special thing, and unlock every achievement and such. That's the only thing that really kept me playing the game. But I think it was the first Paper Mario game I've beaten, actually, and that's probably why I have a bit of nostalgia for it, and that's why I've enjoyed it more than Super Mario Bros. 2 and Mario Kart 7, because it's the game I actually spent time on.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have never played Sticker Star. I've heard like garbage, horrible things like puke out of your mouth stuff,
Yeah,
but
it's garbage. it's literally, think of, like, it's so much smaller than any of the previous games that you'll be crying by the time you finish the game, because you're asking for quite a lot more and you got crap. You got absolute crap.
yeah, the point of Paper Mario, I think it's just evolved into a completely different series than anybody thinks it's going to be. So,
Yeah, I guess, yeah, it's pretty unfortunate, but
have you
I guess
played
I could say,
Origami King, the new one?
oh, I love that game. I have to be honest
Really?
with you. It's a completely different take on the series, but I completely enjoyed the game.
Speaking of the ocean in that game, the water mechanics or the water graphics have no business looking that good on the Switch.
Yeah, they actually look so much better. Definitely a huge improvement off of Sticker Star.
Probably because they have
Um,
the power and the capabilities of the Switch instead of the 3DS.
but Sticker Star was a jump from, well, technically the Wii, but the Wii, like Super Paper Mario, never had water, or at least until, like, it never had real water textures except for certain areas, compared to like maybe the Thousand Year Door, where they actually had water textures. And Sticker Star just looks so crappy. It looks so, I don't know how to describe it. It doesn't look like water compared to the Thousand Year Door, where you actually get some cartoony kind of flow to it. That's one of my disappointments. It's that Sticker Star was kind of conflicted between being a cartoon or being a scrapbook. And I think that's where Color Splash kind of fixed it.
Nice. Speaking of better graphics, my number 2 pick is Pokemon Y.
Oh,
My all-time favorite Pokemon game.
and to be honest here, I've never played any Pokemon game on the 3DS.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you should try them out. They do get pretty cheap if you can find them, but
Yeah, but I'm not sure if I have the motivation to. It's gonna be a grind,
that's
and
true.
especially since I started on a Pokemon game recently. Let's go, Eevee.
Oh yeah, that one's also really good. I
Yeah,
liked it. It's definitely my favorite Switch Pokemon game, that's for sure.
I'm going down memory lane playing that game. Even though it's very different from Red or Fire Red, it's definitely nostalgic.
Pokemon Y is really nostalgic for me. It came out just around when I started getting into Pokemon. I think I started
Oh,
off with Black and White 2. I got it secondhand, so I'm like, oh, okay, I'll try Black and White 2. I really liked it, but it was really difficult. And then they released Pokemon Y, and then they had the new graphics, the new 3D graphics, and it looked really
yeah.
nice.
Hmm.
And I just remember taking that everywhere and
You
picking
took it everywhere
Fennekin,
you went.
pretty much.
Wow,
And
dedicated.
Fennekin was my starter, and I've always picked Fennekin. I think Chespin is overrated, and Greninja is also overrated. Froakie.
Most especially Greninja.
I really like the theme they went for uh, the what region was it? Kalos region?
I think it was Kalos, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they
Um,
based it off of France, I think.
I think it was Germany they did.
Germany.
Yeah, but they
Germany.
put the Eiffel Tower in there because it was,
Yeah.
I guess, a mix of Germany and
They
France.
wanted Europe.
But definitely the culture of the game was influenced by France a lot more because they had the fashion stuff, and that's usually pretty popular in France.
Mm-hmm.
And
Those
I know the story is kind of lackluster, but I think it's the best story we've had in a while.
Really,
So,
I've heard Black and White and Black and White 2 had
oh yeah,
a
those
really
definitely surpass it.
excellent story. Yeah.
But I think second down, it's the most engaging, most interesting.
Mm.
I just kind of wish they did have a Pokemon Z or Z. Then I could play in Kalos a lot more.
Yeah, I guess re-releases aren't always easy to pull off.
Oh, they're gonna re-release that in like 10 years with with the
Oh, a
Nintendo
remake?
4D VR GameCube or whatever.
Whatever the heck they have for gimmick.
That's the next step for Pokemon VR.
Oh my gosh, Pokemon VR.
That'd be awesome.
Well, I mean, they could have done that with new Pokemon Snap, but I don't think they want to.
Oh yeah, Labo VR support. That'd be
Yeah,
pretty cool.
that would be really cool. Like you actually get to use the camera, for that.
Yeah, they could
They
sell you a
might.
bundle with the camera.
Yeah, that'd be really fun.
That's free
Although
money.
the building, yeah, although the building part's gonna take a while.
Who cares? Kids will do it anyway. They barely play the games. So what was
Not like
your
me who built the entire VR set and then I'm currently grinding Breath of the Wild in VR.
yikes? That's probably
I gotta
sickening.
say, I gotta say, after like the first 3 playthroughs, I'm actually quite used to the motion part of it. I guess maybe it just takes. It just depends on the person whether
Oh
they're
yeah.
strong enough to.
Hey you, did you know that 66% of people who watch our videos have not subscribed yet? I know, it's insane. Why haven't you subscribed yet? Go ahead and subscribe. So what's
Kinda
your
like
number 2?
Oh, my number 2. Probably Super Mario 3D Land. It comes really close to first place, of course, because I'll say my first place later. But 3D Land was nostalgic for me. It happened to be I think it was the second 3D Mario game that I've ever completed, and because it like kind of merged the boundaries between the 2D and 3D games. I sort of had a liking to it, but it felt a lot like an adventure. Not like the Super Mario Galaxy type adventure, but sort of like a regular Mario adventure. But you can actually see what's going on. It's not like you see everything from 2D's perspective. You actually get to
Definitely
see
the
everything.
classic Mario.
Yeah, definitely that type of feeling. You actually get to see what's going on in the Mario world. That would theoretically be a new Super Mario Bros. Game in 3D. What I liked about it. Now, I will say, I did cheat a bit using the stupid Tanuki power up.
Oh, who didn't?
Yeah, who didn't? I kept dying there, so that was definitely one thing. But the game did innovate pretty well. I think they used Miiverse on there, like a bit of it, sort of let you know which one of your friends were playing a level or something.
Yeah, I think they use Street Pass, not Miiverse.
Street Pass.
Yeah,
Okay,
and then you
Pass.
could those challenges showed up on the map, and you could.
I see.
I think it was get a free star, but I don't remember. Or power ups, I think. But yeah, I've beaten that game.
Yeah.
I think a few times, honestly, with Mario and Luigi. So it's definitely on my list. It's in my top 10, I'd say. Probably number 6.
Number 6. Yeah.
Only because I have other games that I love so much on it. And that game, nobody remembers it really.
Everyone remembers 3D World for some reason, even though it's on a console
it's
that no
bigger
one
brother. And I actually prefer 3D Land than 3D World. So. So do we want to do our number one, or do you have any other additions? Honorable
Well, I got a
mentions.
lot of honorable mentions, but like,
You can list them off if you'd like.
mhm.
Um, honestly, I just want to give a quick shout out to the crane game with the pink bunny to get stickers on your home screen.
Oh,
That was my jam. I
oh,
literally my 3DS. If you look at it, it's a
yeah,
Zelda. I think it's a 30th anniversary theme from like my
wow,
Nintendo or something.
yeah.
And then it has just a crap load of stickers just on the bottom screen, filling up every single slot I could. I literally have max stickers on there.
Wow, that's crazy.
It looks like crap right now. I wish I could go back and just change it all, but I'm kind of too lazy because I never use my Switch.
hmm
And that's honestly, they should bring that back for the Switch, and then you can just place stickers anywhere on the home screen and not
How
just
about
in a
just
grid.
how about just bring how about just bring themes to the Switch?
Yeah, people would eat that up on my Nintendo.
Yeah, I swear it's the thing that the Switch most needs right now.
Of
Oh,
course it does.
I do have one more honorable mention on the 3DS actually. You remember the game? What's it called? Jason. It was the one game where you took a picture of yourself and then you played as a character shooting the flying versions of yourself.
Yeah, I forget what that game is.
I'm gonna find out right now.
But yeah,
Ace.
that shooting game.
That, that was really fun. Like I had
I you
so
really
many memories
just
for it.
you really just shoot at your own family, which is
Yeah,
incredibly dark. But
it's Faith Raiders. Faith Raiders. That's what it's called.
yes.
I really loved the concept of the game. Like, yeah, you get to shoot your family, but sometimes I kind of cheated and just took a picture of a black screen or something or floor instead of having a face on it because I didn't want to ask people around my family to.
Or you just make different faces of yourself and then it's done.
Yeah, that too. I've gotten so good at that game that I remember grinding it and getting like perfect score on some levels.
Holy,
Crazy.
I didn't grind it that much.
Yeah, I don't know why I got so into it, but it was a really fun game, and it was probably one of the only AR games I've ever played at the time.
Studio,
So
would
it
you
was
like
definitely
to unveil
cool.
your number one pick?
Yeah, my number one pick. Well, I have to say that even though I don't like playing this game anymore, it's still my favorite 3DS game. It's The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time 3D.
Big shocker. I'm gonna be honest.
Now, the thing is, I've never played any other Zelda game for the 3DS. I've never played Majora's Mask 3D. I've never played A Link Between Worlds. I've never played Triforce Heroes. So of course this is going to be my first place. The thing about this is it has I don't know how to say about it. It's the perfect Zelda game in a way. Yet it's also probably one of the most boring Zelda games out there because it's the most basic formula there is. One of them.
It's definitely for the more
It,
hardcore, I'd
yeah,
say.
hardcore fans, I don't know, casual maybe. It's it's just there. It's definitely a huge step up from the N64 and GameCube, I'd say, especially with the iron boots, infamous iron boots. But other than that, I guess it's just it just exists. I mean, people are asking for an HD remake or HD remaster. I don't really care for the game that much. It's good, but it's definitely not a Breath of the Wild. One thing, definitely
Well,
not a
yeah, I
Twilight
don't think anything
Princess.
is a Breath of the Wild. I have that
It's
game, but
yeah.
I got maybe halfway through it, and all the old mechanics kind of just hit me, and then I kind of got bored of
Oh,
it,
yeah.
which is disappointing. But
Game can get pretty boring, especially if you know the story, which was
yeah,
everyone probably spoiled it already.
the other counterpart is Majora's Mask HD. I own the game. I literally couldn't get into it because I was too stressed out about the timer.
Really?
I had no idea what to do. I have never watched any gameplay of it, so I don't really know the story too much. But
I
I
also
couldn't get
don't know
into it.
much about it. I couldn't get onto it when I was playing the Virtual Console version on my Wii.
Oh yeah. My number one. This is probably a massive shocker to you. It's about the same shock I gave you with the Majora's Mask. Is Animal Crossing New Leaf
Oh my gosh, huge shocker.
with an asterisk of Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer in that. I
Oh
got I
boy,
got I got New
I'm
Leaf
surprised.
kind of late into its life cycle,
Uh,
but I got it early enough for the Happy Amiibo update, or yeah, Welcome Amiibo update to come after it. And honestly,
oh,
I have hundreds of hours in the game, and I actually
oh,
prefer New Leaf over New Horizons right now, which is a hot
oh.
take, but there's just a lot more to do in New Leaf. It's a lot
To be
more
fair, I
capitalist
mean,
almost. I just feel like I have a lot more goals.
yeah, it seems that way because I mean, New Horizons is kind of just, especially near the start, you barely have anything to do except wait. You're literally
For
just waiting.
Yeah, for New Horizons, you have a lot to do in the beginning. It's like almost you have too much to do, but then when you do it all, you have nothing else to do other than
You have
collect
to wait.
fish.
Yeah, collect fish, make money. That's all you have to do, and that's why
And
the
I
game
kind of
takes
I
time.
kind of ruined New Horizons for myself because I just bought a bunch of turnips one day, and then somebody on the Discord just had a bunch had the like I think like a $500 stock. So I'm like, okay, just go sell it all. I made 20 million bells. I could pay for my house 4 times.
Oh my gosh.
But for New Leaf, I had to do it all on my own, so it was incredibly satisfying to just collect a bunch of stuff
Yeah, and actually
and build
grind the
up a
game.
house. Yeah,
Mhm.
I actually still haven't maxed it out, but I haven't touched the game since 2016. I think I still have my original save file. I've never restarted. I have a bunch of my house is full of Nintendo stuff. It's great.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Well, I mean, you pretty much have no reason to, or no motivation to go back there because you have so many games on the Switch and PC to grind.
Yeah, that's for sure. But every once in a
Mhm.
while, I do go back and I'm like, "Hey, I remember you. I think I had Apollo in my village, which is my favorite villager." Um, but I do actually have Apollo in my New Horizons town too, which is cool.
Mhm.
I do prefer the customization in New Horizons, but I feel like New Leaf is just a lot more to do. That's for sure.
Yeah, it seems that way. Especially since New Horizons is still pretty young into its life cycle. It's not even a year old yet.
Hmm. They're definitely still adding stuff, but I think they
Yeah.
need to put it out faster. Although
They
it is a
really need to step
pandemic.
up their game. Mm. They really do. They really do need to step up their game somehow. The game kind of just died. Now no one's
Even with
playing.
weekly updates, I would be even if they give us one thing every week, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, yeah. For once, I'd say quality over or quantity over quality is kind of the thing that we need here.
Because
Not enough.
Nintendo Animal Crossing fans will take anything, even if
Yeah,
it's crap.
anything for
Literally.
granted. I mean, instead, what do we have? We get physical My Nintendo rewards. I guess that's enough.
Yeah,
I
a
don't know.
bandana, a Tom Nook keychain. I actually got that keychain, luckily.
Pumpkin. Yeah.
I paid $7 Canadian for a keychain.
Hey, so they charge you for shipping, but
Yeah.
oh,
Even
it's
if you
even
get it for
worse than
free, you
Club
gotta pay
Nintendo.
$7.
It's even worse than Club Nintendo.
I guess. Was it free shipping?
Yeah, I think Club Nintendo gave out free shipping for
Oh
most
my
of their stuff.
gosh. That's a
Yeah.
miracle.
Yeah.
So I think we do have some extra time if we'd like to discuss the basically the evolution of the 3DS, coming from the
Yeah.
tiny screen, which was my first one. I had a red one.
All the way to the new 2DS XL, which died off the start because the Switch killed it.
Actually, I think I heard it was pretty popular.
It
Only because
was,
people were interested.
I mean, yeah, because Switch was still young back then. It was within the 2 years of a dead console.
Yeah, I had the original 3DS for a while,
Hmm.
and then I think I sold it. I don't remember
Yeah.
if I sold it or not. No, I think I gave it to my brother, and then I got
Mhm.
the new 3DS XL for
I
$200 plus
oh.
Majora's Mask,
Mm.
and then I
Oh.
ended up selling Majora's Mask, but still, I have the
I
gray one, I
never.
think.
Yeah, I had the green tiny class original one. I bought it around the time it launched, so I happened to get one of the like ambassador certificates and stuff when they like reduced the price. That's when I got all these virtual console games and such.
Ah,
Um, then 3DS got stolen, so rip. So I had to get a replacement. I got one, and then my brother got one. I got the red original XL.
oh
My
yeah,
brother got the blue one. We luckily we got all our stuff back, all our digital stuff back. Didn't get the stolen physical games back though, because it cost money. Obviously, you had to go buy them, but they weren't really worth it. I never really bothered to upgrade to the new 3DS because by then I was just more focused on the Wii U. I was like, what's the point of getting this if most of the games are gonna be the same? Like the only games that are different are probably Smash, Hyrule Warriors, Majora's Mask, and all these
Pokemon.
exclusives. Other than that, there was really no reason for me to get it.
And that, yeah, Nintendo really went off with putting out limited edition 3DSs. They
Oh
had
yeah,
so many,
yeah, they really went out all out with that.
especially with Zelda ones. I think I'm
Yeah,
looking at a photo right now, and there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 alone on this photo,
that's quite a
with
lot.
one Metroid, one Mario, and a Galaxy one.
Jeez, can you believe they're still giving out themed like 3DSs out there?
It's
I'm finding 2DSs and 2DS XLs with all these custom designs that Nintendo gives out.
I think I heard somebody say, I think it was Per Schneider from IGN. He
Yeah.
he usually buys whatever they put out, and he made a good point that Nintendo's making all these limited edition 3DSs because they're so cheap to make, and they can sell them for so cheap, and then the retail the value over time just rises because it's
Runs out of
just,
stock.
yeah, it runs
Yeah.
out of stock so easily. I was about to buy the Majora's Mask limited edition one for $200, which is
Mhm.
a steal when it first came out.
Yeah.
Um, but the guy would not accept 180.
Oh, ouch.
So I just dealt with a gray one, which included Majora's Mask, the game.
Hmm. I will have to
And
say though,
halfway through, they just released a 2DS, which is just a door stopper.
yeah, it was kind of random. It was like, what is this? Is this trying to be a Wii U gamepad or is this trying to be a tablet? What is it trying to be? I,
I'm actually
I
curious on
don't
how
know.
much it's sold.
Yeah. I guess well, people who are looking for a more durable version, I guess. Maybe third of the sales, less. I don't think they released a like a model sales type of chart. I do have
No,
to say though, I think you and I know someone who does happen to own the original 2DS.
wait, really? Who? Wait,
Yeah,
what?
Devin, our friend Devin, who
Wait, does?
yeah, he has an original 2DS rather than a 3DS. Surprisingly,
Well, I guess they are $100. So
yeah, they're pretty cheap. But yeah, looking at it, it's so I don't know how to describe it. It's so strange. It's like
yeah,
it looks comfortable, but at the same time, it doesn't look comfortable to hold, and it doesn't look as advanced as it seems like. It's a
when it was
strange.
originally revealed, everybody made the joke of then the the 1DS, and then the one video went viral where it's just literally a piece of paper. And you could crush it up, put it in your pocket. You could get it wet, and it would be fine.
That was definitely some surprise. And then there came the random 2DS XL, new 2DS XL, which
was a genius idea at the time.
It was a genius idea, but like I was so wrapped up in the Switch at the time, I didn't even care about it.
Oh yeah.
I will have to say though, like aesthetically, it does look really cool. Like the top screen, I heard a lot of people say it looks like a smartphone. It kind of does. It has the rounded edges, and the entire thing's all like glass, or I guess plastic or glass.
How much did it ended up being? I think it was like $120 or so. I don't think it was too expensive, only because
in terms of right now, I guess roughly like a bit cheaper than the Switch Lite. Although I do remember some discount at Best Buy where the Switch Lite was actually discounted more than the new 2DS XL. I'm surprised.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt.
Yeah, it's you pay what, like $230 for a super powerful HD console that could run AAA games. Or you throw in like $50 more for console of last generation and play less powerful, less complex games. I don't know what they're trying to go with there, but that's around what the price is right now.
So unfortunately, the time has come to lay the 3DS to rest.
Yes.
We will now bury it in the ground and have a memorial. I guess we're going to bury every single type, so there's a giant family of 3DS in the ground.
That's all set.
This is morbid.
That's 6. The biggest family.
They're just stacked on top of each other in the coffin. This is getting morbid. It's getting too morbid.
Yeah, it's too morbid.
Thank you for listening to Switch Clicks Podcast. Subscribe to us on YouTube and Spotify so you never miss an episode. Or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that would help us a lot too. We'll see you next time on the Switch Clicks Podcast.